All right. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Big waves out there. Good to see everybody tonight. We are so excited to be on here with you this evening. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. We're going to do a little bit of housekeeping
We're
before
gonna
we
ru Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
just so
This
you
is
guys
how we
know.
tag this is how we tag team a call, just so you know, right? We talk over each other. All right, welcome to the Wednesday Wisdom team call. We're gonna run through some great things. So we want to remind everybody we're getting close to over 500 participants already. This is coming out of PXP. If you want to be a part of our A Team Master 12 course, we can talk to you more about it. Did I say that right? Our A Team. It's
Close enough. You're doing
12
great. 12
weeks.
week. Yeah.
Coming out of PXP, listen, guys, we literally had thousands of brand partners and customers enrolled from this 12-week program. Put a one in the comments if you were in the program and got value out of the program. I know many of you did. So what we're going to do now, there's some free courses that are given if you register, but if you click on this link, it is going to cost you a little less than $100, but you get 12 weeks. Divide that up, 12 classes divided by $97 or something like that. Like it comes out to very little per class. I promise you, you will have growth. We are making no money on this. So I promise you, I've expense money. So this is all about scaling your business and your team's business and providing value to you. Okay. Todd will do a tremendous job. So that's going on. Okay. Next slide. We got Andrea Rosser. What we got up?
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Oh, I got to say this. If you're not participating, or giving this to your team to participate in every Wednesday, Andrea Rosser is giving up her time to do onboardings. Okay. The most important thing you can do when you enroll a brand partner is show them how, for 2 posts a day, they can run the system of growth and make money with us. So she does a training. It's kind of like a safety net. Hopefully, you're training your people. Put a one in the comments if you're training your people on the SOG, getting that Kim Gray post. Everybody knows the Kim Gray post. That should be your key for your new people if they're running the system of growth. The post number one at 9 a.m. So now on Wednesdays is a safety net. You can come on Wednesday and you go, what if I'm at work? It's also up on my YouTube channel. We'll put my YouTube channel where we record everything and put that up, just like this training call tonight will be on the YouTube channel. This is an amazing training though. So plug your teams into that. Okay. Dallas, Texas. Just got off the phone with the owners of the company and the executives. I'll say this, for a company that did just south of $400 million last year, headed on our way to a billion, you got to come to Dallas to see what we got in store for 2026. Like this event, the swag, the things that will be there. It's just, it's, it's so important. So here's the thing, get your tickets because there we go. And the room booking. This is also up on the website. If you go to events on the website, Andrew, you're laughing at me. If you go to the events on the website, we're staying at the Omni. Now, let me say this about the tickets. You're going to get your ticket and then you're going to get an email so that you can register your ticket. It's a two-step process. Get your ticket, then register your ticket. It's like a click on the link, register your ticket. And then the Omni Hotel, like we've got block rates. And if you've ever been in Dallas traffic before, you want to stay on the event site. Why? Because good luck to you on the traffic. Okay. It's quite interesting. Okay. So stay at the hotel, grab the link. We're going to do amazing things at the hotel around the events and more to come on that. Um, oh, there's me. I'm like, what am I doing on there? Okay. So here's a flyer. just so you know, what I would highly recommend each of you to do is start right now. We've got a month before this event, 30 days before this event. I would start right now making flyers welcoming your team that are going. Like, start congratulating your team. Like, put a face out there. Like, we can't congratulate our people enough. We cannot recognize our people enough. So grab a flyer, grab their picture, put it on a flyer, congratulate them for coming to PXP. If I were you, here's a tip. I would start a spreadsheet right now of your team that is coming to the event. And then keep building for it. Keep adding to that list. How many names can you get on a spreadsheet that's coming to the event with you to see this company that's headed to $1 billion, and then put their faces out there, right? And watch your team explode through the event and the energy. And there's nothing more exciting than coming to the event, Sandy. I know you know this all too well.
Yep.
Knowing that your team's there, knowing that you have people there, knowing that you're about to take pictures with your team. That is so exciting. We want you to experience that in Dallas, Texas.
Well, great job, Coach. Thank you so much for that. So that was the housekeeping. Oh, whoa, oh, I lied. We've got a little bit more, a little bit more.
Okay,
So,
I'll say this on the Dallas. Remember this: August the 29th is the deadline. Everybody on your team that gets to manager is going to walk the stage in Dallas. You can read all about this, but that's the highlight. Get to manager, walk the stage, managers and above. Why is that so important? Because it's recognition, guys. We're all human. We want to be recognized, no matter how old or young we are. It's just the human behavior. And then remember, until August the 22nd, if you get to ultimate or a team member of yours gets to ultimate by August the 22nd, you're going to get a free ticket to the event. Okay. I see Dave Kirtley on and his beautiful wife, Cindy. They've got a free ticket to the event. If you've gotten a free ticket to the event because you hit ultimate, put it in the comments. Okay. Now, there's also a thing going on that you're going to be able to experience with Darren and John, our owners. Now, Andrew, you want to talk about that?
well, I think it's so exciting. So they haven't even, as last I saw, they hadn't told us what the surprise will be, but you will get time with our owners. That could be that you get to have some special conversation. Maybe you get a photo up. I don't know, but you'll also have the opportunity to win some prizes. But anytime that you have the ability to rub elbows with the owners of this company, I'm going to say go for it. So I love that it's a very achievable level, 2000 PV in new volume bonus or above, get to manager. So you get to walk the stage. So many of us, I don't know about you, maybe you walk the stage all the time in your regular life. But for me, the last time I walked a stage before getting into this industry was when I graduated high school. Like that was the only time that you really got recognized in life. And here's a chance that we can get ourselves recognized, but more importantly, we can get our teams recognized, get across that stage, and then have that, one-on-one time or group time with the owners of this company. I would say that's definitely worth running for.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Next up. Okay. We've got a gala qualification. This is the last thing. Again, until August the 27th. How do you
Second,
qualify? August the 22nd. Is that right? How do you qualify? You've got to get to vice president or higher. Okay. And you got to accumulate 6,000 in new volume bonus. Okay. Now, obviously, you get 2 free tickets to the gala. Okay. That you can bring somebody with you. And this is for the first 100 qualifiers. Okay. We announce those qualifiers every Monday night on the company call. Um, and there's going to be VIP benefits at PXP Dallas that will be announced. So this is a super exciting thing. And congratulations. If you qualified, let us know in the chats. Big shout out to you if you've already qualified for this. So, all right, Andrea Rosser.
Well, beautiful job, Coach Palmer. Thank you so much for that. And so now we have the honor and the privilege to bring on our special guest. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop the share because I want to see everybody's faces. So here we go. And I am going to highlight Sandy. So I'm going to spotlight you for everyone, and I'll bring us up there too because there's nothing worse than being on a spotlight all by yourself. So I'm going to add us in there. We'll grab our other guest in just a moment. But Sandy, first of all, congratulations. You just hit
Thank you.
very big title, senior officer here with Partner Co. That is a huge achievement. So we want to just do a little dancing to say congratulations, Coach. Are you going to dance?
I am going to
Yep.
dance and I want to
Okay.
talk about it just a minute too. What I love about Sandy is she leads with so much humility, right? And when I talked to her today, she was like, it's just the team, it's the team. But reality is put a one in the I keep saying one tonight. How about we go with five? Put a five in the comment if you've come from another company and you're a part of Partner Co. I can't edify her more than this. Like to me, this is the what I'm about to say. If you came from another company, guess what? I'm a five. I came from another company. I'm a five. Okay. It's very hard to kick the trophies under the table. I see Tammy Mockby on here. She's a five, just so you know. Okay. Enneagram, she's a three, but she's a
Well,
five
Tammy's
when
a
it comes
10. Careful, careful.
a five when it comes. Tammy came from another company. It's hard to kick the trophies under the table and do it again, right, Haley Lee? It's hard. It's a challenge. And these two ladies tonight has done it. They've been with another company. The company left them
Yeah.
really hard. Paychecks went away. The company went to an affiliate program. There was like do we trust another company? Should we do this again? Should we just go do something else? Should we just retire because we've made a lot of money in the industry? All those things would go through our mind. These ladies said, we're going to trust again. And I could not be so, I'm just so proud because I watch them now come back and the energy and the pride and the excitement. When I talked to Sandy today, she was in the car with Haley Lee. Guess what they were doing? Shocker, working the business. So, guess what? Out of the great state of Tennessee emerges Sandy Herbert. And Andrea, I could not be more proud. She's going to give all the credit to the team because that's what leaders do. But at the end of the day, people want to be supported by a leader that is out there in the trenches doing it and making it happen. And so, Andrew, if you can unmute, I just, Sandy, I want to say thank you. Thanks for jumping into this company and choosing to trust one more time. And I hope that the trust is, I know it's paying off
Oh, yeah.
and it's also paying off for us because we've got people like you leading the way with this company. So thank you. Thank you for
Well,
being.
I have to say thank you to you and Andrea because when the demise of my last company was going down, I was looking for a raft to jump into, and the conversations with you and being able to have a conversation with John and Darren just really kind of solidified everything. The company I came from, I was number 7 in the company, and I had hundreds of thousands of people underneath of me, and I was under an NDA, so I had to stay quiet for even past time when everybody else could start working other businesses. I had to sit quiet till October of last year. So it was very hard. It was very hard. But I want to thank you and Andrea because anytime that I was feeling down or scared or Not sure. This is my 8th company that I've been in. I started direct sales when I was 18 years old, and I'm 60. I'll be 61 in November. So it's been I would say this company has been one of the best journeys I've ever been on. And I didn't even know that I had what I had when I got into it.
Well, Sandy, we're so excited to have you. And what I'll say, I remember the conversation that I don't have your trust right now, but over time I'll learn it. We'll learn it.
Yeah.
And so I think it's so big because guys, there's going to be other people come to you in this journey. And I share that because I want you to hear Sandy's story. And then I want you to hear what she does, okay, on a daily basis. And I want you to really take nuggets from this because there's so much wisdom. You're talking about a lady that's made upwards of 60,000 plus in the industry and then decides I got to go start over again. And she did it and she's doing it. And and she's trusting again. And she's told me many times, like what I see in Partner Co. is so special, the culture, the
Mhm.
community. And I say that because there's going to be people that come to you from other companies that their company leaves them or does something that, nobody's fault, but things change. And we have a home for them. We have a home to accept them. And Sandy's living proof of that. Sandy, would you care to kind of share your story, like 18 years old in the industry? Maybe we can take 5 minutes and just share with everybody, like your story of you, and then maybe a nugget of what you would say you do, because I know what it is. It really,
I know what you want me to talk about,
yeah,
and I
I
will
do. I
share
do.
that.
I'll let you go.
Well, when I was 18, I joined Mary Kay, and I wanted to go to cosmetology school. That was my dream because I was not a college bound girl. And so got into the industry, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the sharing and making people feel good about themselves. Unfortunately, it didn't really work out. I was allergic to the product, so I moved on. And I've been through Arabon and Beauty Control, and of course, Rodan and Fields was my biggest success. And I've done a couple other type. I earned a computer in a telemarketing one. But anyway, Partner Co came along. This is my 8th. When I was 18 years old, my mom and dad owned a trash hauling company. So, guys, I shagged on the back of a trash truck, wore my hair up in a bun so that they didn't know I was a girl. And I worked very hard. I was a hard worker. My mom always went to Jefferson City in Missouri. She sat on the state legislature. I got to go to those meetings and experience business and how business runs. And so when I was in high school, though I hated school, I always worked towards owning my own business. That's what I was going to do. But I was not going to work with my mom and dad anymore. I was offered the opportunity to partner with a lady. I worked Saturdays and Sundays at a little bread shop in Augusta, Missouri. And Augusta, Missouri only has 365 people in it. We have 4 taverns and 5 churches and a feed store where we got our milk and eggs from. And I told her no. So she came to me again. She said, would you please consider working with me? Your work ethic, I know you're only 18, but you're trainable. I'd love for you to help me take this business to the next level. 3 times I told her no. She went on and created the St. Louis Bread Company, which became Panera Bread. So when you look back on the nose, if Miss Shirley kept pursuing me, I probably would have said yes, because I would have started feeling like I was being left out of something big. And I was. However, I took a different path, probably a harder in life path, but it's the lessons that we learn along the way, right? So I just love the industry. But what I love most about Partner Co., even over top of any of the other companies that I've worked in, because when I was in my previous company, I used to help my consultants. If I'd get a new consultant and somebody needed it, I'd put it under them, and they would shame me for that. But hey, it was my business. I could run it the way I want. In Partner Co., we literally get to bless our teams. So when you are working this business and you get to help your teams and your friends and your people grow, they want to help you grow. So when we decided that we were going to push, I put it out there, who would like to title advance for PXP? And I had a dozen people raise their hand. So we set our goals, we put it, and I have to say, I had two very huge helpers, and I'm going to call them out because they were amazing. Sharice Williams and Amy Shaw. They were the ones helping organize, and along with Haley and Sheila, of course, but you know, the organizing and making the flyers and helping the teams. And I felt so bad because they didn't get the title advancements that they were looking for, but their team advanced. And it was just so amazing watching everybody come together and do this. And they are next. They are the next ones that are coming up. So we're working on that. But the thing that Brent wanted me to tell you, lifestyle prospecting is my favorite way to do business. I could take my phone and throw it in the trash can. I don't like being on the phone necessarily. I would rather be face to face with someone because I can read people better. I know when I have to shut up or I know when I have to continue talking just by the reactions that they're giving me. And in our previous company, Haley Lee and I would go out and we would lifestyle prospect together. And this one particular
Sandy?
day that I
Hey,
was telling
Sandy.
Brent about, yes.
I want to remind everybody, like this is a nugget, okay? What Sandy's about to tell everybody, like we're here to learn, like in grab testimonies, but we're also here to get the nuggets, lifestyle prospecting. Okay, what Sandy's about to do, I see Tammy on her porch in Colorado Springs. I've been with her for 13 years. She lifestyle prospects. Sandy's about to tell you a lifestyle prospect. Ask yourself this question. Do you do this? Okay, what she's about to say. Okay, Sandy, I'm sorry. I just wanted to capture everybody and
Yeah.
say this is a nugget right here. Okay, so go ahead, Sandy. I'm sorry.
Okay. So first of all, you have to wear a name badge. So I had my name badge on, and I always have either flyers or brochures because I like to put something into people's hands when I walk away. That way, if they want to call, they can call. If they seem like they're interested, I will ask them for their phone number. But if I'm not getting that vibe, then I leave them alone and hope that I run into them again later. So anyway, Haley and I are getting ready to go lifestyle prospecting, and we're in the car, and I needed to run into the post office to mail out a box. And she says to me, I'll just sit in the car and wait for you. I said, no, you're not. You're going in with me. She's like, okay. So, and I'm sorry, Haley, I'm throwing you under the bus, but I love you so much and it's a great story. So we walk into the post office. There is not a single person in line, one person at the counter, two or three people behind the counter. So we're standing in line waiting for our turn. About that time, it was about February, I think. This lady walks in the door and she's wearing a Christmas sweater. And I said, oh, I love your sweater. She goes, yeah, I love it too. She said, I know holidays are over, but I just love to wear the sweater. And it was cool outside. And she said, well, what's your name tag? And I said, oh, we do medicated skincare. And she said, oh, really? Well, what do you have for? And we started a conversation. And I said, Haley, give her a business card. About that time, two more ladies walked into the post office and they're like, oh, what are you talking about? We love skincare. Well, can we get a card too? Haley, give them a business card because this was Haley's day. All the business was going to her. So I walk up to the counter and there was a gentleman who's been working at that post office for probably 50 years. He knew me, and then another lady. And he goes, what are you guys talking about over there? And I said, oh, I was talking about our business. We work for a company that sells medicated skincare. And he said, well, can you help me with these spots on my face? I said, absolutely. Haley, will you give him a business card? And then I'm working with the lady getting my box checked in. And she said, well, I want a business card too. So what is that? 4 or 5 business cards that we handed out just in that 5 minutes that we were in the post office. You never know who's going to show up. Today, when I was going to meet Haley, I had one of my grandbabies. He's a year old in the back seat, and I ran in to grab a bottle of water real quick. And the guy stops me and he goes, "So what are you doing today?" And I mean, he totally caught me off guard. And I said, "I'm going prospecting." And he goes, "Well, what are you prospecting for?" And I said, "Well, I'm in a health and wellness company, and it's a homeopathic health and wellness company. And I am going to look for people who might be interested in learning more about the business." And he said to me, "Do you have a card?" And I said, "I do. Hold on one second." I ran out to the car and I got it. So you just never know who you're talking to. I talked to him at Walmart, at the bank, wherever I'm at. I talk to people. And Janelle Bunt and I have a good story too. At Sam's, saw the lady putting the card in, and I don't remember the story as well as she does, but it was like, "Janelle, you need to go give her a card." Because I know that she does not like pushing these buggies into the Sam's, grocery store or whatever you want to call it. So lifestyle prospecting is how I like to do the business. And I love going out with people and doing that. So that's my story.
Sandy, thank you for sharing that tonight because I want you to know Sandy's had great success in the industry. That's why she's talking about skincare and getting her start and lifestyle prospecting. But what I'll tell you today, her run to senior officer, and she's not stopping there. Like that's just
Yeah.
a pathway all the way to the top. But here's the thing. What did she do today? So I called her talking about this Zoom. She's in the car with Haley Lee, right? 2 by 2, making it
Yeah.
fun. And they're actually going out and they're running the Todd Falcone actively pursuing lifestyle prospecting real estate agents.
Yep.
And they're going by, like literally calling on the signs and saying, "Hey, love the house, but got a question for you. You know, outside of real estate, do you keep your options open into making other income streams?" Haley said, "We've got 4 or 5 people that we now have meetings with." She said, "We had one that was kind of rude." It's not the
Yep.
end of the world when it happens, when somebody like, right? But it's getting past that. I look across on social media. Sandy's at a BNI, a business networking with people there in her town. So all of these are ways. So many times people are like, "I've ran out of people to talk to." No, you haven't. It's called we have to get out of our couch or off our couch or out of our house and actually network with people, right? And so we'll never run out of people to talk to. My goodness, I just got back from Colorado Springs. I mean, I keep saying Tammy Maltby Melchizedek. I mean, Julie Park, like this lady, like talks to everybody she meets, right? Because they're constantly lifestyle prospecting. Okay. It's just a part of their life. And Sandy, I see that. I mean, I'm like, oh, she's going to bring so much value here because I think these calls are made where we got to open ourselves up and go, am I doing that? I want to go to the next level. Can I add that to what I'm doing? And Sandy, we can add exactly what you told us tonight. Like, right? Somebody said
Absolutely.
I could put the drops in my mailbox, but I choose to take them to the post office because I always run into somebody. That's a great nugget, right? There's
Yeah.
always somebody there. So, Sandy, thank you so much for being here tonight, sharing your story. And I know it's all about your team, you
It
know.
is. And I've got a lot of team on tonight, and I just want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And I am looking so forward to seeing so many of you walk across the stage. I prayed for this for 16 years in my previous company, and now I get to see it happen. And I'm so excited for everybody. So thank you. And thank you, Brent and Andrea, for your love and your support and listening to me complain sometimes, but
We love you, Sandy. And if you're coming to Dallas, Texas to see everybody walk across stage, Come on, put a 3 in the comments. Let's see everybody that's got
3.
their Dallas tickets headed across. If you don't have your Dallas ticket, don't miss this event. Don't miss this
Yeah,
event. Okay.
it's going to be
Andrew, I'll
good.
turn it back to you for the next amazing senior officer, our newest, a part of Partner Co.
Well, yes, and thank you so much, Sandy. Thank you, Coach. And I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna add her in here. So Paula, well, hold on. We can't bring her on yet. We got to show her picture. So I don't know why this is important, but it is important. So Paula, congratulations. We're here tonight to obviously celebrate you, hear about what you're doing. I know you had a big day today, so I am so grateful that you came on with us tonight. But first of all, congratulations on achieving senior officer. I know that you've got, a lot going on your team, and I've had the privilege of getting to spend some time with you and your lovely husband and, figuring out why you want to do this and what it's meaning to you. And I'm hoping that tonight you can share a little bit of that with all of us and just share, what made you choose Partner Co. because it wasn't your first rodeo either and what it's creating for you now, lady.
Well, thank you so much for this opportunity. And I just have to say, Brent and Andrea, I thank y'all so much because I truly wasn't looking for anything else. Um, Gosh, back in January last year, um, a friend of mine who is my sponsor, Kelly Chun, reached out to just tell me that she had found something that she was about to broaden her brand. And I was not interested in another business because I too, as Sandy mentioned, had come from a different company that just kind of went belly up, if you will, in my opinion. So I wasn't looking for another business, but what I was looking for was some hormone balancing because I'd had some medical issues back in 2016. Um, that were giving me horrible night sweats, horrible hot flashes. And so I was kind of leaning in a little bit. And I told Kelly, I said, I need more information. She said, well, matter of fact, there's a Zoom this afternoon at 1 o'clock that one of our leaders is doing. So I made a point that afternoon at 1 o'clock to wheel into Dairy Queen parking lot. And who better to be on that Zoom than Coach Palmer, who I had no clue who he was at the time. But as he shared that day, what I heard about what these drops could do for me, I was very intrigued because I wanted hormone balancing. I needed to lose some weight. I thought I was a wonderful sleeper, but I wasn't sleeping well. But then he started talking about the owners of this company and the dreams of the owners and just where it was headed and how early on it was. Kind of going back several years, as Sandy even shared, I too started when I was a very young age in another company. About 21 is when I started my first direct sale company. And so as he spoke that day, it resonated with me, the opportunity that I had before me, the fact that it was so early on. I heard him talk about debt free. I heard about him mentioning that we were in 50 plus countries, and I couldn't even wrap my head around how that could possibly be with a company that was so young. But then sharing as the 14 companies, smaller companies came together as one, it was beginning to just come together for me. And I was seeing the picture. I could not wait that afternoon to get home and talk to Kelly Chun and just sign up to do this. I had not even told my husband I was doing it. And I figured that when he found out, he was going to strangle me because he's been through the good and the bad with the other companies. And it's been a roller coaster with all of them, as it always is. But he was very supportive, and I do thank him. And we did join. And it's been a blessing, from then. What the drops did for me, they truly did everything that Brent shared that day for me. Back in 2016, I had 3 strokes, and I was in my late 50s. I'm sorry, early 50s, and have 4 wonderful grandchildren. And I just felt like an old lady. I just felt tired all the time. I didn't have the energy that I needed. It was just, I had to give up my job. I retired early from the school to come home because I needed to heal. So I was really struggling. But I was healing a little bit, but just still struggling. And then these drops came along and I started taking them. And within a few days, I could not tell you the amount of energy that increased with me. I had people that told me they could tell I felt different. My husband even said that. I was out in the yard playing with my grandkids, and you fast forward about 6 weeks, and I was working up in North Mississippi part-time, doing a little part-time job that was getting me out of the house. And I realized that I had not had any migraines in over a week. And I have to go back to those strokes. They told me that my strokes were migraine related. So I was really suffering with migraines. Never dreamed that any of these products would truly help me with those migraines, but they have. At that point, I was taking a shot once a month. I had medicines that I was taking to alleviate the pains and things like that. And that that Thursday that I was in North Mississippi, when it dawned on me I'd not had a migraine in over a week, I thought, this is incredible. This can't be. I'm happy to say that I have not had a shot in over a year. I'm not having to take medication. So I know we can't lay claims to anything, but I can tell you what they've done for me. And that has been a blessing. I don't know that I'll ever stop taking the drops just because of that. I did add a few other favorite products, Renew and Moa for some aches and pains. My husband loves Noni. He loves Limu. We love the drops. But so the products themselves have been such a blessing to us and have just given us our life back. I mean, I feel younger than I have in years. I feel better than I have. We're traveling again. We're just enjoying the grandkids and all the blessings that come with that. But then it was this run, and I did have some team members, and it got time to do this. And I saw with friends Martha and Rhonda when they did that and showcased a few weeks ago on how they made that run for senior officer and officer, and I just knew the timing was right. So we reached out to my team and kind of did the very same thing that they did, looking to them to see who wanted to run. And it wasn't the masses like I had anticipated, but the ones that counted came forward and we did it. We shared, we pre-sold, we made lists, Coach Palmer, the old-fashioned list making of who do we need to reach out to. It wasn't just all about posting, but the system of growth is wonderful. But we did a lot of calling and face-to-face. We did not stop recruiting. That I really feel that propelled us because I personally had kind of backed down. It's easy to maintain or manage the team, if you will, instead of doing the personal growth that we need to do. So we just continue to recruit. We continue to add on business partners, and several of them had ultimate goals that they were working for. And to me, that's my heart, helping other people, helping them reach their goals. I learned a long time ago that in one of my prior businesses, that as a leader, when you can reach down and you can help others find out what it is they want and what they need and help them rise up, it's only going to push you higher. And that propels me, that drives me. And watching this team these last several weeks pull together and do what they did, it just still blows my mind. I knew they had it in them, but I could not be more proud. They brought me prospects to talk with. We did three-way calls with our fabulous leaders. And I'm going to try not to get emotional. My eyes may leak, Andrea. But I know everyone on this call knows the leadership that we have here. And the blurring of lines, there is no your team, our team, my team, the cross-line sisterhood that I have, the support that I have from, and not just sisterhood, we got some wonderful men. It makes such a difference. And I cannot be more proud of my team, the team that worked so hard, but also we were driven and surrounded by such love of people around us. Without that guidance from our leadership, we wouldn't be anywhere. So I really, truly do appreciate everything that has been poured into me to also pour into my team, because you can't fake something like that. And I see that and I feel that every time I am with Brent, Andrea, Haley, Sheila, Kelly. I could go on and on. There's Michelle McKay, Cynthia Bolden. I don't want to leave anybody out, but I'm just telling you, it was real from the time that I heard Brent on that Zoom at 1 o'clock there in the Dairy Queen parking lot in Brandon, Mississippi, to the Destin event. I'm telling
I was not at the Dairy Queen eating ice
you,
cream.
was
Okay,
not.
I do like ice cream, but that time I was not.
I pulled in that parking lot. That was the place I had to stop so I could hear everything you were saying. But even to Destin, just everything just continued to fall into place. And one thing I heard early on at that Destin event was that this larger team, this community had been prayed for. And it just continues to solidify to me that I am right where I'm supposed to be, with whom I'm supposed to be with, building, and it's making a difference in people's lives, not just for our health, but financially. I'm so thankful that this has fallen into my lap, the financial reasons, because when I had to retire early, I had not been able to really secure my retirement. So that's a blessing for us. But more importantly, I cannot wait to get to PXP and watch those team members of mine that are going to walk across the stage, and they are going to be recognized, and I'm going to be the loudest cheerleader. And there's one other person that I have to say thank you to, and that's my sweetheart. He has helped me so very much. He has plugged in with me. He has he has reached out to people. He's recruited some folks. He truly is a godsend. And I know that everyone doesn't always have their spouse's support. But I want to say how blessed I am to have him and my leaders and my wonderful team. And that's all I got to say.
Paula, you're amazing, lady. I got to say this. Ken, your husband, is magnificent. Seeing you two do this together puts a massive smile on my face. I was just in Colorado Springs with Jerry Melchizedek, and there's no one prouder of his wife. When you see her in front of the room, he's just gleaming in the back with the video camera with his phone. And I see the same thing out of Ken. And that's so powerful. So powerful. Um, Great job, Paula. And great story. And I take away this, Andrea, tonight. Haley Lee said this, and you got me teary eyed there, Paula, just so you know. Um, Haley Lee said this the other day. She did a Discover Partner Co. in January. And Haley said, Brent, I'll tell you this, everybody that went to that event, they're scaling, they're growing, they're making strides. Paula, you were there. Sandy, you were there. Now you're brand new senior officers with the company. Just so everybody knows, senior officer, a paid as, we've all got to secure our lines and it takes time. But a paid as senior officer is $160,000 a year of income. That's significant. When you think about the jobs today in America and in Canada, 160,000 USD, significant income. And could not be more proud. And Paula, I just want to point out a couple of nuggets for everybody before we let you go. Number one, she talked about the product. If I could give you one thing to take away tonight, Dave Kirtley's on the call from San Francisco, just joined the company. Dave told me today he's down 22 pounds. 22 pounds. He's been here just a couple of weeks, like 3 or 4 weeks, 22 pounds. He said, I'm starting to see my abs again. And
Mhm.
here's the thing, he's an athlete. He's growing a business. He hit the vice president last week, just got started. I share that with you to say you never know where the start is in somebody. Here's what I challenge us all to do. If I were to ask you tonight to write down one name that comes to your mind that their health is struggling right now, maybe it's a family member, maybe it's somebody at church, maybe it's somebody in your community, somebody you've crossed paths with that you could write their name down. Okay, don't be scared to write their name down. Like I didn't tell you to call them tonight. I didn't tell you to go recruit them tonight. Write their name down. Here's what I will tell you. I'll give you the best tip I can give you tonight. If you will do that, how many of put a one in the comment if you can name a name of someone that you know their health is not in a positive situation. Now we can't go to those people and say, Paula, I know you're in terrible health. Not a good pickup line, just so you know. But what we could do is tomorrow pick up the phone and just call and talk to them like a human. Hey, Paula, this is Brent. I thought about you last night. I just wanted to check in on you. How are you doing? How's Ken doing? How's the family doing? And just have a conversation. Don't have a conversation to recruit Paula or to sell Paula a product. But I promise you this, the conversation will lead a lot of times to how Paula feels. And the door will be open for you to say, I might have something for you, Paula. Does that make sense? Just try it. Can you call somebody and just talk to them like a human? Yeah, absolutely. Every single one of us can. I promise you, if every single one of us did it, there would be a lot of people that would move a box of drops or have a conversation with them about the bit. It will lead to that without you even having to take it there. Trust me. Let's try it. Let's see how that turns out. The other thing I'll tell you that Paula said was she became a product of the product, her and Ken. Like they use the product. Don't just come here for the business. Dave Kirtley in San Francisco is a product of the product right now, but he's building a business. The best thing we can do is be an ambassador for the product we got in our hands and be the walking billboard. So if you're like, I'm here for the money, I'm not worried about the product, I would challenge you to change your mindset a little bit. Get involved with the product, use the product, feel the product, so that your passion is, man, this stuff is good. I'm taking it, right? And watch what happens. And then the last thing, Paula had a strategy with her team. They went into the week. Haley told me they went into the week with a strategy. Like sometimes to get bigger, you got to have a strategy. Paula said, I'd kind of backed off on recruiting. Tammy put it in the comments. Stay in, create, and build. How many of you backed off on recruiting? You're like, man, I haven't brought anybody into the business in a while. It's okay. It happens to the best of us. Don't beat yourself up. But I will encourage you to step back on track, because the key to building a business in this industry is staying in, create, and build mode. Because if we're not careful, and it happens to the best of us, we step out and we start managing people. So I challenge you to step back in. I see Gwen on. Gwen, so proud of you and the team that you're creating. I hear about all the good stuff, lady. Great job. Here's the thing. Get back on that bandwagon of create and build. Right, Brenda Carlton? It's the gateway to ranking up. Okay? Create and build. And then in their first 4 Fridays, take advantage of that entire new volume bonus all the way to ultimate. Get the new person in and get them to ultimate. Guess what? You're going to make $450 on that run. Get all of those you can. But guess what you get? You get the reward of getting that person to ultimate, and they're there for life at top pay. So I'm proud of all of you. I want to end tonight with a few things, but before I do, like Haley Lee, I know you're just gleaming. Like Haley's like, oh, I mean, I just come back from Colorado Springs, and like Tammy and Julie was at the front of the room, and they're like breathing life. Robin DeMio, like Brenda Carlton, into everybody, seeing everybody in the room. And I see you, Haley, and you're just like this, just smiling from ear to ear. Anything you want to say? And I just have a few ending things that I want to tell everybody.
Sorry, I couldn't unmute myself. I was typing in the chat.
Just
Sorry about
so
that.
everybody knows, Haley Lee is the CEO with our company. I won't make any income claims, but she's making more income here than she's ever made in the network marketing industry. And it makes me so proud, because she came from a company that had left her, and she was she had to make some really bold moves, and she did. And they've spiked, and then they kind of like had a like a flattening out period. I know that's never happened to anybody in network marketing, right? Come on now, we're entrepreneurs. It's going to go up and down. It's going to be ebb and flows. And then I'm seeing this wave, and I was messaging Sheila Balkowski yesterday, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I see this movement, this big wave coming that from you guys again, and I'm just so proud. Haley, any parting comments with these two beautiful ladies?
Well, obviously, I'm sitting back here like a proud mama bear, just wanting to cry over both of them. I've known them for a long time. Sandy was actually my upline in our previous company. And she didn't recruit me. I rolled up to her 3 times. So that's another little nugget for any of you on this call. Work with your downline. Okay. Reach down to people because you just never know who is willing to raise their hand and go the distance with you. But, to see them to senior officer, but I have, they've said it, they've given credit to their teams over the course of the last month when we've been making these runs. We've had over 75 rank advancements within our organization. Some of those people have rank advanced 2 and 3 times, within a week. And it's just been so much fun to watch and to be a part of, to see life and excitement. And regardless of the title, let me say this, regardless of the title, people are earning money. And Sheila and I say this all the time, but that is our biggest thing is we want people earning. We want money in their pocket on Fridays. And so regardless of whether or not people hit their title goal, that will come and we know that. But the biggest thing is they've gotten some really good checks over the last few weeks and we can feel really good about that. Um, I'm just beyond excited for them and their teams and to see so many people getting stage recognition in a few weeks. It is truly an amazing thing to be a part of and I'm just grateful to be here. So I'm just so
Haley,
proud.
we love you so much. We love your leadership and your consistency. Anybody ever wants to know like why Haley's successful? Every day she's just so consistent, okay? And that's a huge key piece for her in her leadership. And I'm going to tell everybody tonight as we end, Paula, Haley, and Sandy, thank you. Give them shout outs in the comments, guys. Just we're so grateful. There's such great people to be in our community, them and their teams. So I want to end right now. I want you to think about this next week. I want you to help me build for it, okay? And hopefully, Tammy Mockby, Melchizedek, and Julie Park, they're hopefully we're going to get them on next week. And they're going to talk about how to build strategy into your community, right? Okay. And they're doing workshops in Colorado Springs. Like workshops where they're getting people really good at presenting, workshops where they're getting people really good at the system of growth, workshops and Brenda Carlton. I'll leave names out. Robin. I mean, the group there in Colorado Springs, they're going to bring people together and they're going to make it fun, but also very rewarding knowledge wise to be able to walk out of there within an hour, 2 hour session and really have people coached up on the little things that creates the big results. And so hopefully next week we're going to have that group of people on sharing with everybody, giving value to everybody on what they could be doing in their communities, in their towns. And not only that, but multiply it like into your teams, wherever your teams are, right? Because at the end of the day, if we're building armies of people that are leveraging this system of growth, I always say this, and I want to end, I'm not going to get to what I was doing tonight. Last night, I was telling a group of people because they were asking me about the system of growth. So here's what I want to tell you about the system of growth. I want you to think about this tonight. And I really want you to like stop what you're doing and think about this. So network marketing for 100 years. If I were to ask you, because used to you had to do hotel meetings. If I were to ask you, now hotel meetings are good, in-home parties are good, but follow me here. Do you think you could get more people to book a hotel than to do a home party? Which one do you think you could get more people in the world to do? Go pay $400 for a hotel room or actually open up their home and have a little home party, you know? I think we would all agree, right? Home party, right? We could get more of the masses to do a home party. So let me ask this question. Do you think you could get more people to do a home party in the world or post twice a day? I know the answer. You know the answer. We can get more of the world to post twice a day than actually do an in-home party. So the power of the system of growth, there's a saying that's been out in our industry for years and years and years. When you can create something for the masses, you will live with the classes. Very wise person once said that. It's not that in-home parties are not good. It's not that hotel meetings are not good. But in today's world, getting the average person and the masses to do a simple action of posting twice a day and having these people hit that Facebook page and say, tell me about the drops, tell me about the drops, tell me about the drops. It's not about you. You're going to go to Ultimate in your first 4 Fridays. You're going to make $1,800 to $2,000 in your first 4 Fridays. You're going to be at top pay in your first 4 Fridays. Your upline that recruited you is going to make $450 in their first 4 Fridays of you. But the magic is then you know the skill to go teach other people. The key to this whole thing, it will, if you get this, I don't care how long you've been here. If you get what you're really out doing, you're getting people in. Don't waste the 4 Fridays. That is gold for you. Go get all of that money in the first 4 Fridays, which is $450 on the run to Ultimate. Go get it all. Go compete with yourself to get it all. But what you're really doing is training that one. And then that one is now able to train the next one and the next one and the next one. And that army starts to multiply in that simple activity of posting twice a day. Why? Because the masses can do that. There's not another company in our industry. I promise you this. You can take this to the bank. There's not a company in the network marketing industry today that has a system that's free for everybody, that in their first month, they could move 30 boxes, sell to 30 customers, make $2,000 in their first month, and then have 30 qualified leads to convert over to brand partners and rinse and repeat and get them to do the same thing. You give me a company where they're getting people paid $1,800 to $2,000 the first month, there's not a company in the industry doing it. And we got it right here. We've got it right here. So what we have to do is we have to get really good at training, really good at training, really good at being success trainers. And then we've got to be really good at finding people's why. I had a 75-minute drive with Brenda Carlton and Larry Carlton on the way to the airport back to Denver, Colorado the other night. We got to get good at finding people's why. If they won't post, if they're like, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing, listen, then that's when we look at them and go, Haley, listen, I know you don't want to, but let me ask you a question. On average, we could help you make an extra $1,800 your first month. Is there anything that $1,800 would buy you like that you need? And Haley's like, well, actually, I've been looking for a bedroom suit. Like you don't know what but just asking questions. Now you've peeled back just a little bit of onion to where now you know Haley needs a bedroom suit. And you're like, let's just go after the bedroom suit. Like it doesn't have to be this elaborate why, this one that we play the music. No, it could just be the littlest thing that Haley needs that gets us through the first month and gets her to achieve that goal. And then she sees a bigger picture. See, our goal in network marketing is to believe in you before you believe in yourself. It's to figure out what will drive you for your first 4 Fridays so that we can go get that win and get you to ultimate. It's putting a customer, a box of drops, and I'm going to leave with this, a box of drops to a customer, and instead of looking at them as a customer, you look at them as a potential 6-figure earner one day in your business. They don't know that. They just think they're going to use a box of drops for a month, but you see something way different. Don't let them customers go. Don't let them without you working to convert them. You're leaving gold behind if you do it. This system is so special. I talk with people from the industry every day that understand what we got our hands on. Guys, let's go take it and run with it. Thank you, Paula. Thank you, Sandy. Andrea, thank you for putting it on. Any last parting words as we exit off tonight? No, she says no. Guys, I love you. I appreciate you, Haley. It's an honor to do business with you. Have a great night. We're going to get Tammy Mockbee, Julie Part, the whole gang, Brenda, all of you to teach us this strategy, hopefully next Wednesday night. We love you guys.
Thank
See
you.
you back next
Thank
week.
you.